everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make this fun Valentine. It's with products based out of the Occasions Stampin' Up! Catalog that just started January 3rd. So I'll show you the products we're going to use as we go along. To start with, we're going to use a base of Lovely lipstick, and that's cut at 8.5 by 5.5. And then I scored it at 4 1/4. Just going to fold this and give it a nice crease with my bone folder. Then we're going to be working with a piece of Whisper White, and that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So then we're going to work with some of this DSP. Now, these two pieces are cut each at 4 by 2.5, but I want to show you quickly all the pages in the DSP, all the different patterns, because this is just a gorgeous DSP kit. That's just a scrap. You can see I've already been into it quite a bit, and it's not all Valentine-y. I think that one side is really hearts and Valentines, but the other side you can see is just beautiful flowers, so you could really use it all spring, all year. That's a pattern you could use whenever you wanted, and the arrows with the little hearts, I like that as well. So this is just a nice variety pack, and it's very pretty. There are framelits that actually cut these hearts out, so you wouldn't have to fussy cut. So that's the DSP. So what we're going to do is we're just going to adhere it on the Whisper White. Just putting some snail along the back, and then I'm going to line it up along the edge so just a little bit of the white is showing, and then I'm going to put the hearts on top. Like this. And you can see there is a gap, which isn't a problem because we're going to take a piece of ribbon. This is the All My Love ribbon combo, and it actually has the Lovely lipstick with the white trim, white stitch trim, which is very pretty. And it also has the Flirty Flamingo. This is almost a sheer ribbon, and it's just nice and thin to add a nice bit of trim to some of your projects. So all I'm going to do to adhere the ribbon is flip it over, just make sure I'm lined up to where the spot is, put a little adhesive on the back, and then just tuck the ribbon on. The ribbon I cut, it's over the base of the 4 1/8, so it's a little over 5 inches, just so I had enough to tuck around. You could cut exactly and then snail it across, but with this ribbon, with the stitching, the white will come undone a little bit if you don't have it tacked down. So that's that piece, and then we will just adhere it to our base, and I always give the ribbon a little bit of extra adhesive so it doesn't unravel on me. Alrighty, there we go. So next we're going to start working on some of our pieces, and this is the Be Stitched Framelits dies. Now it matches this meant to be stamp set. We're not using the stamp set today, but they are sold together as a bundle, which is nice because you do get 10% off. And the framelits in here match the framelits on the stamp set. So I'm just going to show you quick. These are the two pieces we're going to be using. But this one is just gorgeous. And there's a little details, so you have some of the floral details. This is a nice border, and then you do have different sized hearts to use for your projects. That one's falling down on me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run these through the Big Shot. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful piece. As you can see, it gives a nice spray of hearts, but they're very thin. So they're very hard to use the fine tip glue pen with, I find at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the adhesive sheets. Now these are the multi-purpose adhesive sheets. They are found in the annual catalog. And what they're going to do is provide, when you run it through the Big Shot, this will almost become a sticker. So the hardest part in using these is finding the edge, so bear with me for a minute here while oh, that wasn't too bad. Peel that off. And then you just adhere it to the piece you're going to use. And then we're going to run it through the Big Shot. Now when you run it through the Big Shot, you want the piece of adhesive that you just put down on the bottom. And I already did it with the lovely lipstick that we're going to use the heart with. I already put it on the back. So let's run this through the Big Shot. It will jiggle the camera a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get it so it doesn't jiggle. All right, so we're just going to put the two pieces on our Big Shot. Move that into the camera a little bit, make sure they're on the paper. And I'm using the magnetic platform. And then we're just going to run them through. Our Big Shot. There we go. Alrighty. So now we have, I've already done this, just so you know. I didn't use adhesive on it, but I've already done the heart with the Whisper White because I wanted a white center for the card here. And so this piece, I ran it before I started filming. This piece I'll just save for another project. So you can see that this framelit actually will cut this into two pieces. So you have the border and you have the center piece. And the reason why I ran this through the Big Shot is this is pretty thin too. I have just done it with the fine tip glue and it does work, but we are putting it on a bumpy surface, so it's just nicer to have the adhesive already on it. So for this, you can see that this just peels off, and then you can peel up. This is going to punch out first. Then you can just peel. Let me get rid of this. Sorry. The border off of the adhesive. Of course, there we go. So now the hearts, most of them are going to stay on here, and you can use those for another project, and they'll all be sticky and easy to use. Some of these already popped out, and that's fine. For this project, I wanted them all popped out anyways, and you just want to make sure nothing else is sticking in any of the little areas, which this is not, so we're good to go. So we're just going to place the hearts right over our ribbon and press down just for a minute. It's got the adhesive on it, so it sticks pretty well. And then we're going to come over with our heart frame here. Take the adhesive off of that, and then place that in the center. Oops, I've got a little bit. We can get that off. The adhesive kind of moved on me, but that's all right. Okay, so then we're going to place that right in the center, like that. And then what I did with this white heart that fits exactly in the middle, I wanted that to be popped up a little bit. So I just popped it with some dimensionals on the back. There we go. I think I have some adhesive maybe on my grid paper. Alrighty, so that's gonna just fit right in the middle there. So our last piece is to just do the Scent with Love, and that's embossed. So I have a piece of lovely lipstick right here. Whoops. And then I have the Scent with Love. Now this is from the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set, and there's actually 32 stamps in this set, and they have almost every occasion you can think of. So we're going to use this one right here, the Sent with Love. So I'm going to just get a piece of scrap paper ready. I always use my embossing buddy just to get the static off of the cardstock so the embossing powder goes where I would like it to go. And then just towards the edge, I'm going to stamp Sent with Love. And then we're going to just put it right over the scrap paper. You can tell I've used this one a couple times already. And then we're just going to, I always use way too much embossing powder, but it just taps right off. Put the excess back in to use again. And I need to put the lid on it right away because I've been known to spill them. Alright, so then I'm just going to bring up my heat tool. It'll be noisy for just a minute while I heat set the embossing powder. Takes just a minute to heat up, and then you can see it embosses. Alrighty, so then the last step really is to just cut this out, and you can see I went a little bit crooked with the stamp, so that's not a problem. You can just trim it with your scissors. I'm going to leave a little on the end so I can flag it. Trim it this way. I think I went a little skinnier in this one, but that's all right. And then we're just gonna eyeball it and flag it the ends. I always cut up the middle just to give me a guide, and then I usually don't meet at the guide anyways. I don't know. There we go. And I pull that out. And then we're going to do the other side. Here we go. I'm going to come in a little more actually. I prefer when things are actually measured exactly because I like it to be symmetrical, but sometimes... There we go. Pretty good. Pretty good. So now I'm just going to pop some mini dimensionals on the back of this. Just to raise it up a little bit and give the card some more dimension. These darn pesky backings of the dimensionals just get everywhere. There we go. And then we're going to put this right in the middle here. And we're all set. So that was a quick and easy Valentine. We let the DSP do a lot of the heavy lifting. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're not already working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love a chance to work with you. All my links will be listed down below. Thank you very much for watching.